What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Sorry I don't look super professional, but I still wanted to bring you a video because there's a lot going on. Let's hop right into it. First off, thanks a lot for the support on the channel. Let me pull up the first article. I thought I already had it set up. Here we go. So the Arab Monetary Authority, what do they have to say about XRP? Some pretty good stuff. An advisory group from the Arab Monetary Fund has listed RippleNet as a direct alternative to SWIFT. The Arab Regional FinTech Working Group has recently released a practical guide for Arab central banks looking to understand the nuances of the burgeoning digital asset market. And we know that the Arabs, the Middle East, there's tons of money there. And if you look at what they're doing with Dubai, making it an entertainment hub for the future, sniping the PGA Tour for hundreds of millions of dollars, there's infinite money over there in the Middle East. And it's going to be a pivotal spot in this globalized future. So in this document, they show alternatives to SWIFT. Look at who they mention, RippleNet. What other blockchain companies do we see in documents like this? None. The paper also specifically named Ripple XRP as a unique cryptocurrency insofar as it was one of the first designed primarily for payments. Bitcoin was designed for payments too, but we know how that went out. In contrast to most cryptocurrencies, which were labeled as speculative stores of value, including a direct link to Ripple's future CBDC report. The advisory paper clearly sees Ripple as having a serious role to play in the future of the blockchain-based global financial infrastructure. This is what we always talk about. In recent reviews of global developments in digital currency, the advisory group specifically mentions the European Central Bank's digital euro project and concluded that the experiment's findings reveal that none of the examined topics have significant technical restrictions. Okay? Ripple has recently become a member of the Digital Euro Association. As always, guys, I give away $10 of XRP on the channel every single day. So if you want to enter the giveaway, just like the video, subscribe and notifications on, and drop any comment in the YouTube comment section below. Moving forward, here's a great clip from Brad Garlinghouse talking about the repercussions of if we don't embrace this new innovation, which is blockchain technology. And it's a perfect transition to this clip. Sean Cleary, Executive Vice Chair of the Future World Foundation. Okay. And this is from the World Government Summit. But first, let's hear from Mr. Garlinghouse.
The SEC bringing the case against Ripple was not really just a case about Ripple or about XRP. It's really about the industry and how the SEC is kind of playing offense and attacking the whole industry. 2.5 years ago when this started, I'm not sure everyone fully digested that, and now that is widely understood. This is going to be pivotal for the whole industry because if the SEC is able to prevail, I think there's a lot of other cases, and some of them just in the last 4 weeks, I think they brought 5 additional enforcement cases. The macro headline for me is this is not a healthy way to regulate an industry. Your regulation through enforcement, as opposed to where we're seeing in other countries where they're doing the work, right? They're codifying, they're creating a framework that allows an industry to grow while protecting consumers. And I think that's really what the U.S. is lagging. And to some degree why I'm here in Washington is to continue to try to evangelize and educate. Here's how these technologies can really benefit consumers, benefit industry.
Is what I'm hearing from you essentially, if the U.S. doesn't get its act together and move more quickly, all of this is going offshore. It's just going elsewhere.
Well, it already is. I mean, the sad reality is that the U.S. really is already behind. This is not behind countries that we haven't necessarily heard of. This is behind Australia and behind the UK, Japan, Singapore, Switzerland. There's a lot of countries that have taken the time and thoughtfulness to create that clear rules of the road. By contrast, when I first got involved in the tech industry in the late 90s, some were saying the internet should be banned. They were saying, like, here's how the internet is being used for illicit purposes. But the U.S. government said, no, we're going to create a framework. And that allowed entrepreneurs, that allowed investors to come in and look at the benefits to the United States on a geopolitical basis to have the Amazons and Googles based and headquartered in the United States. We're at, I think, severe risk of having that not happen in this next evolution of technology around blockchain and crypto.
So I want to cut it off there because I have a lot of other information. He compares it to the internet boom. People thought the internet would be banned. People also thought the internet would only be used for telegrams. Isn't that kind of crazy? Sorry, not telegrams, emails. In the early days of the internet, people thought the internet was just going to be for email. People speculated it would get banned. And that's what happens with these new technologies. They create and they destroy the technology that's not as valuable, okay? Moving forward here really quick, if you guys need an exchange to get XRP, I recommend Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. It's my go-to spot where I buy XRP every single day. So if you need a spot to get digital assets, I recommend Uphold. A link is in the video description below. Now listen very carefully. Shout out to 801 XRP. Sean Cleary, Executive Vice Chair of the Future World Foundation. Okay, he says some very, very interesting things. And if you guys use Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter, DrippyXRP. I have a link in the video description below.
I'd like to begin with you. How are geopolitical disruptions impacting the regulatory landscape in the next decade?
Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, you didn't expect to hear that quote at the beginning of this, made a rather remarkable observation in 1917. He said, there are decades when nothing happens, and there are weeks when decades happen.
Isn't that a great quote? There are decades when nothing happens, and then there are weeks when decades happen. This change will happen very fast. He's alluding to the new global financial infrastructure.
That's where we are. We're in a period of enormous disruption, arguably an historical inflection point, equivalent to anything that human history has yet experienced. The problem about that disruption is that it is interrupting the harmony and the prosperity that has characterized human experience since roughly 1991, 1992, at the end of the Cold War. The world has got much richer, extreme poverty has fallen, higher degrees of regulatory certainty emerged on a global stage over that period of 30 years because we broadly agreed with one another about the rules of the game. Now let's look very quickly at 5,000 years of history. The simple truth is that all periods of massive disruption enable a leap into the future, but they involve the destruction of the past. The original human civilizations, interestingly enough, come largely from this part of the world. The Mesopotamian civilization, the Egyptian civilization, the Indus Valley civilization, and the Chinese civilization, all Asian. And they were the civilizations that took humankind from hunter-gatherer status to settled agriculture and the birth of cities.
So I think you get the point from this video. Decades when nothing happens, and weeks when decades happen, and that couldn't be more spot on with what we're seeing right now with XRP and Ripple. As always, guys, if you want $41 guaranteed for free, sign up with Webull, deposit a penny. You could get up to $3,000 in free stocks. Typically, you're just going to get $40 to $300, but it's a great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny. You're guaranteed $40 in minimum stock value. Sell your stocks, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. Link is in the video description below. I had a few more things I want to talk about, but I think I'll just save those for a different video. So if you're still watching the video, comment global financial system in the comment section below. That means you watch the full video, and that really supports the channel. So thank you in advance. I'll be working hard tomorrow with a lot of new videos. Stay tuned for those. God bless you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Until next time.